it's me, Cameron Camscott, and welcome back to another daily Chelsea transfer news video, where today I'll be going into depth into Lukaku, Dybala, Chelsea's new youngster signing, and of course the leaked Chelsea kit that looks like it's going to be dropping tomorrow. So if you're new, I'm Cameron Camscott and I do daily Chelsea transfer news videos. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs very soon, so if you'd subscribe, that'd be great. But without further ado, let's get the first story. Starting off with Simon Jones from the Mail Sport, who has said Inter Milan's offer to Chelsea for Romelu Lukaku was £23 million. This failed to convince Chelsea and they rejected it wanted at least £40 million. So yeah, Lukaku looks like he's going to be heading out the door this window. We don't know where, we don't know who to, but the £40 million mark is what we want. £23 million, a bit of a joke, but we've got to remember that last year his wages have been off the bills. Inter Milan have been paid. But yeah, that brings me off to Matt Law, who has said Inter Milan are structuring a bid that could be worth around £35 million for Romelu Lukaku, inclusive of bonuses, and hope that will be enough to convince Chelsea. Lukaku has reassured Inter that there's no intention of moving to Juventus, however, and has not accepted an offer from Al Hilal as he's focusing on returning to Inter. Yeah, there was also this week talk about him moving to Juventus, but of course, with his links to Inter Milan, that didn't look possible. He said no to Saudi Arabia, although I think Saudi would probably be the best league for him, probably around his level. But of course, with these deals, Inter saying 35, Chelsea want 40. I back Chelsea in negotiating the best price, like we did with Mount. But finally, staying with Matt Law, who has carried on by saying Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku is willing to give up almost £1 million a year to rejoin Inter, who have made a new bid for him coming this week. He's not interested in supposed interest for Juventus. So yeah, he's willing to take a pay cut to play for the team that obviously he loves. Shouldn't have left Inter for Chelsea all those years ago. He could have stayed there and become a legend, but I don't think his Champions League final performance has helped his transfer value at all. But yeah, £40 million, I'll be happy to see him go. We only got one season of him. He kind of flopped. Then we loaned him. Didn't have to pay for his wages. So altogether, not that bad. The best thing is to get his wages and money recouped for a new striker. Of course, we signed Nicholas Jackson for around £38 million, so it would be a like-for-like swap. But yeah, on to the next story. Silva was at Silverstone today, the British GP, and he was asked about Dybala. I've asked Dybala if it's true that he's coming to Chelsea, but he didn't answer. He's a top player. He's a massive signing for us. I'd like it. He carries on by saying Pulisic is a good guy. He's going to do very well at Milan, same as lost to Cheek. This is following links to Chelsea with Dybala that, Mauricio Pochettino rates the player. Of course, they're both Argentinian. There's some theory to say that Dybala's in England not only to watch the F1, which would be great, but to have talks with Chelsea and see what's going on. Of course, his price is around £12 million. There's nothing that can go wrong with that. He scored 3 goals from outside the box last season, which I thought we were lacking from a good shot taker. Of course, if those shots were taken at Kepa, he'd let them all in. But yeah, nothing could really go wrong with this deal. Great player at his prime, played well for Roma, of course. Yeah, a bit injury prone, but for £12 million, you can't say no. Moving on to the next story. Now, Chelsea's kit has pretty much been leaked for a long time now, but it's going to be released tomorrow without a sponsor. Will you be buying without a sponsor? Probably not. It looks a bit weird. I'm going to have to wait and see until what our sponsor is, really, before I make that decision, but it is a heater. This is my favourite Chelsea kit. I don't know if you can see it. We wore this once in the FA Cup. I was at that game. Never to be won again, but I'm glad I got it. Mate, this is the all-timer home kit if it happens. If the sponsor is good to match, yeah, it's going to be one of the best home kits we've had in the last 10 years. Let me know what you think about this kit and comment below. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm absolutely sound like death because I come back from holiday and then I've needed to have like 2 days off. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you tomorrow for more Chelsea transfer news.